Hey everybody, it's Paula Wilhite with Paula Wilhite and Associates Real Estate Team, and it's a vibe, Real Talk Real Estate. I'm here with my crew, and we're going to introduce ourselves to you.
My name is Jared Trujillo. I'm an agent with Paula Wilhite and Associates Real Estate Team. Been with her for about 3 years now.
My name is Prentice Weisingle IV. I'm also an agent with Paula Wilhite and Associates Real Estate Team.
Hey everyone, it's your mortgage champ Cam here with Big Valley Mortgage, and welcome.
So today I kind of want to talk about the importance of and lack of black teachers in America, because that's something that statistically there's not a lot of. You know, we look at K through 12 students, about 50% of them are students of color, but only 18% of educators are people of color, even less black teachers and even less black male teachers. About 2% of teachers nationally are black men. So I kind of want to throw that out there and hear what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the head with lack thereof. I mean, just thinking about from kindergarten even to college, I only had 2 black teachers. You know, I had a black teacher in junior high and in high school. Yeah. And, you know, both of them actually had probably the biggest impact on me as far as, you know, a teacher could. Mm-hmm. You know, they not only did they invest a whole lot into me, but when it came to, you know, the information that they were giving me, I was able to receive it better. And I don't think it was just because, you know, they taught it better. It was just the fact that it was coming from someone who looked like me. Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know,
it was relatable.
Exactly. And actually, guys, my phone's going off, so I have a deal to get to.
Hey, you got to make that money.
Hey, when money calls, you answer.
That's right. It's a vibe, buddy. Hey.
Good luck. Hope that closes smoothly.
Yes, for real. The grind don't stop. Welcome back. Hey, everybody. We're going to finish what we were talking about before Prentice left. So,
about the black teachers, you know, in America, and what our thoughts are about that. I recall elementary, I had one teacher, and she definitely was a standout teacher, 6th grade. She actually became our teacher in the 6th grade accidentally. So we had our main teacher went out on leave, and she came in. We had several substitute teachers, and they just couldn't control the class. And it's just one class, you know, in 6th grade. And we finally got one teacher, and she was a no-nonsense, but at the same time very respectable and very genuine and caring and nurturing to our class. And she ended up finishing the year with us. I also recall that at the end of the year, she took several students to Six Flags. And, you know, that was us going into junior high at that time. So she definitely was a standout teacher. Growing up in high school, I could probably recall 4 teachers that were African American, which is kind of sad when you think about that.
Yeah, that's interesting for me to hear you say that, because, of course, well, I grew up, I was, of course, back in the day, you know, I'm looking in the 60s and 70s, and actually there were more African-American teachers when I was growing up, because we were more community-based. So with that, we lived in the same communities, we saw each other shopping, we knew who each other who we were. In fact, they can call your parents and talk to them. So it's very different now. So it's kind of disturbing when I hear you say stuff like that, because it was very different, and it's very sad that we lost that community feel like back in the day, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How was your experience?
I've only had one prior to college. Only had one black teacher, and again, she's the teacher who had the biggest impact on me in high school, and who I stay in contact with.
And that's the one I met?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Both you guys have met.
Oh, yeah.
Morgan,
right, okay.
You know, she was, my only black teacher that I've had. You know, in my education, college, I've had 2 black professors so far. And again, and they were very memorable professors as well. And I was just thinking about what difference it could have made if I would have been experienced to more black teachers and had that same connection. Because kind of what Prentice was saying before he left is you feel...
a connection.
You don't listen more because they're black, but it's kind of...
You can identify more.
You can identify more, and you end up listening more because they're black. And I think it's important that students see more black teachers, because then they will then want to become black teachers as well. Because you can't, you know, if you don't ever see someone who looks like you in the profession, you're not going to grow up wanting to be in that profession.
Well, I think in our culture, in our culture, we're more, kids are more interested in being an athlete or an entertainer.
Yeah.
There's more emphasis on
because
that.
that's what they're seeing.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because, yes, teachers do have a huge impact on us as we grow up.
Yeah.
And so maybe just as black home ownership is important, so is, becoming a black teacher. I mean, there's so many things as far as, people that are out there that can help us along our journey as well.
Yeah.
Very true. My daughter has a high interest in early childhood development, and I'm grateful that she actually wants to get into that and she wants to learn more about it. There's so many different things that she could do, but her mindset is she wants to be the owner of that facility where she can teach, and I think that is great. You know what? On the last episode, we didn't get to finish on, kind of our process too, when we jumped into, real estate and what it took and what that looked like. And I know, Jared, you had some thoughts about that as well. But for me, as a lender, I just wanted to kind of dive into that really quickly before we wrap up, is that when I became a lender, I was working for a larger company at the time, and they didn't give me the resources and the tools that I needed.
Yeah.
They kind of just threw me into this position and was like, yep, you can make whatever you want to make. And they taught me how to utilize their system, but they didn't teach me the programs and the products for me to be able to go out there and educate people in the community on those things.
Yeah.
So it took me a little bit to be able to thrive and to grasp it. And, what I learned is determination, consistency, all of those things are key.
Yeah.
What about you and your journey?
I mean, you kind of just touched on it a little bit as far as mindset, dedication, and things like that. When I first got into the business, you know the story, of course. You know it too. I had a family member end up not using me to purchase the home, and that was shocking and disappointing to me, and kind of it hurt. Where I kind of went MIA. I had to call Paula and say, "I'm sorry, I've been gone for the past few months. I've just been going through this, and it hurt me." So that's something that I kind of started. That happened as soon as I got my license, and it was disappointing to me, and it kind of, I don't know, it hurt. So it kind of held me back a little bit, but I kind of had to just get over that and say that it's going to happen. I'm going to have friends who don't use me. I'm going to have family that doesn't use me. But either way, I just kind of have to keep pushing and keep moving forward as well.
It is hurtful, though. Isn't it funny? I mean, as far as a community, that we don't trust each other, that we feel that we're not capable, or we don't have the same resources or information. I mean, and not only is it with everyone else, but it's within our own community. And why is that? Why do you feel that? Why is it that we feel that we are not capable? I don't understand why we feel that amongst each other, or there's no trust or lack of trust of something.
Right. I think that, and another topic that we can have on another episode would be maybe our family and our friends. A lot of times they don't use us. So we should certainly talk about that maybe on another episode on why, and not just in real estate, but any business or ventures that we do, we can promote that. Our family knows that we do that. And a lot of times they're reluctant to use us.
Well, they're asking for discounts.
Right.
Is that a real thing?
That's a whole nother episode.
Come on, let's touch it on. Because really, do they ask their doctor,
right?
Hey, can you give me emergency surgery and give me a discount?
We're gonna have to do that on another episode. But right now, we're gonna wrap up for now. Thank you again so much for tuning to It's a Vibe, Real Talk Real Estate. We just appreciate you so much, and tune in to hear the other topics that come up on our episodes.
It's a vibe.